We're back. Obviously, I have Baiken on the screen, and I'm joined by Winty. Say what's up.
How's it going?
We did a video before, and that was a more depressing video, because that was when the devs saw the worst characters in the game and gave them some buffs, and then obviously fixed some system mechanics, and Baiken was not included in those group of characters. Like I
Right,
remember
the
it
July pass,
was,
basically.
yeah, Axel, you had Axel, you had Zato, Testament, Bedman, Johnny, right?
Yeah.
But Baiken was not in there, and I remember that created a very dark time for Baiken players. I know that a lot of the Baiken players since then have been speaking out with the issues the character has, and it's worked. You guys have found your way into the Arxis and
Yeah,
gotten
absolutely.
gotten the buffs that you guys have all been craving for, especially some buffs that
Weren't needed.
I personally thought not even weren't needed, but I thought would never actually come true. Like for example, and I guess we'll get more into it, but the dash buff, I did not ever think they were actually gonna like
Oh
buffer it.
yeah. Yeah, I was honestly surprised they did that too.
Yeah, that
Um,
caught me off guard. But I guess before we even get into the changes in particular, I want to ask. So obviously she's stronger now, but does this new Baiken at least give more character expression? I know before you would always talk about how the character lacked everything and she just couldn't do anything. So now that she has more of
right.
a kit that she can work with and use her options better, does that mean the character is now more ways to differentiate the players, like more
Yeah.
expression?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's a lot more fun as well. Like I've had like a lot of people like picking her back up. They were like
Hmm.
previously considering dropping her and stuff.
Yeah,
She just like works in a lot of places now where she wasn't before, and she just feels a lot more rewarding. So it's a lot easier to pick up the game and like boot her up now, like
yeah.
without feeling like doom, like last patch.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I hear you. I guess we can talk about the obvious or the most surprising change, which I guess is kind of like a new move, which is obviously the
Okay.
the rework to her parry. I
Yeah, so guard cancel parry
guard
is
cancel,
what
yeah,
I'm calling it.
parry and blocks. And I know this was something that apparently was in the older gears as well, or like in
Yeah,
Accent Core, I believe.
yeah. I didn't play those games, so I didn't know. I don't know like how exactly like
It
it
worked,
is one
yeah,
to one.
yeah,
Yeah. But I think it's really good in this game, and I can definitely show off how strong it is potentially. If you want to do like Elfelt Records 1 and 2, like either the high or the low, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
So she's able to pretty much ignore this
yeah,
completely, for example. And that's like if you do the low, it's gapless, and she can just ignore like some character's offense completely.
yeah,
And then she can do stuff like that. She can Kara, and that's something that people haven't been applying as much, like
mhm,
because it's still really fresh and still really new.
yeah.
But her being able to Kara into Escabari off of it, I think, is really strong. If you want to try it again, oh fuck, it is really hard
Yeah.
because you have to. Sorry, there we go. And then she's in like one of her best like spots off of like a blocked move, like a
Hmm.
block 50-50.
Yeah.
So I think the potential for it is like really high, and like there's some obvious places to use it, like that one, and then there's some less obvious places to use it as well that like Bikens are like trying to like lab out and stuff. So I think the guard cancel parry like added a whole new like what do you say, like skill ceiling to the character. You know, like there's
Yeah.
a lot more depth and like there's a lot more like situations to lab to her. There's a lot more potential overall, in my opinion.
Of course. Yeah. And it's crazy. I saw some clips of when Biking came out of, people labbing the parry, and I saw like, Bedman's like JH that has multiple hits getting parried like mid.
Yeah.
I saw, oh my gosh, I fell to my knees. I saw Zato's mix up get parried and I almost started crying. I actually couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And there's just it was I'm not sure how good. It's too early to place the word broken on it, and I haven't fought the character enough, so I don't know how good it is actually. So I guess we'll have to see. But so
Yeah.
far, how good do you believe the move has potentially or is potentially? Because I know you said it opens up a whole new skill ceiling for the character, but what about the use for it? Do you think maybe some people are overreacting a bit so far, or do you think it's
Um,
justified in every way?
I don't think she needed it to begin with, but I also don't think it's like broken like in the most like immediate like obvious way. Like some matchups it's not like some matchups I think we're not even gonna be able to apply it that much in.
Yeah.
For one, and it's also just like kind of like hard to use. Like you have to have like really good like awareness, and you also have to have like really good reactions because if you like mistime it, then you can get fucked like really hard.
Yeah.
So you have to like react to the block string they're doing, and so I think it's really good. It's just gonna take time for it to like be actually like broken and have the Baiken players like apply it really well.
Of course, I think the more labbing you'll be able to see, you know, against certain characters, you'll be able to see where it's used best on like certain situations. So it could definitely help maybe flip some matchups in the future. But again, it's too early. We'll have to see. I mean, it looks promising though. It looks definitely cool. When I saw the trailer, at first I thought maybe it was a type of pair that could only be used when Kabari is like the tether is applied. But I was totally wrong. They actually
it was weird because the block string they used it on in the trailer was like Anji /5H, which has a gap, so it's parryable like normally anyways. But they got guard cancel parry from it, so it was like really confusing. I think they were like trying to troll us honestly, because you can parry that normally, but they did guard cancel parry like in that block string. So we were like, oh, it's since that block string has a gap, it can't be a guard cancel. But then it turned out to be one.
Yeah.
Which was a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's a little saddening to see it, though. Not because I think the move is strong or anything, but because I still am a little concerned that they haven't added some new moves for the characters that were promised to get new moves, but, you know, which, which is, again, Baiken players are up right now, right? But the other, like, Zato, Nago, Soul Kai, they're like, yo, where, like, Leo, like,
where's their move?
Where's the they give Ram another new move, they gave Faust another new move, they gave Baiken a new move, right? I'm just like, alright, like, yo, it's, you know, like, alright, come on. But anyways, back to Baiken. Obviously the dash cancel from it, I know it's super plus, and like you showed, you can cancel it into Kabari. And
I can show you how. So if you want to just do that, the block string you're doing again. Oh shit, sorry. So that's plus 22, and she's able to. It's basically just like a Guru Dog equivalent, so or like Garuda equivalent, honestly. So she can just go into strike throw. She can go into high low. It's all gapless. So it's like it's a really good situation.
I remember last patch. Sorry to cut you off. I remember last patch though.
Yeah, no, you're
good. When we made the video last time, you were like, "It's crazy how when Johnny does card and the card pop and the close slash, it's gapless." Like I want that, and
and
surely enough,
got that on defense.
Surely enough, she got that on defense, which is
it's pretty crazy.
And, you know, speaking of Kabari, obviously they buffed it to the point where the vacuum effect is bigger. Better, I guess, right? You kind of just get, obviously, the vacuum is noticeable. Talk to me about this.
So this isn't, the change to this, I don't know if it's, like, obvious, like, how good this is to, like, non-Baiken players, but, like, having, like, walk back, having it, connecting it, just after it's connected, having it be here and like having it attach here, like pre-patch before it vacuumed, was like such a shitty spacing to RPS around sometimes. Like even though you're plus, they'll just like do like 6P would beat like a lot of your options afterwards. Like some characters 6P would like beat almost all your options, and you'd have to do some like crazy shit to call it out. Or like backdashing after it would be like super good like at this spacing, because I would have to like overextend to call it out. So now the fact that you're just like right in my face is really good, because I can like actually threaten strike throw from like every attachment to it. I can like do 5P. And then another thing is and just don't block this. I can do OTG into this, and you can block on wake up, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. So I can do OTG into this, and then before it would be super spaced out to like a spacing where even though it was attached, it was just kind of weird to play it. Like I said, it was just weird to play RPS at that range. But now you're like super close to me. Here, don't block it again. Now you're super close to me on wake up, and I have it attached, and it's also reversal safe. So if you were to like wake up reversal, you don't have to do it, but like if you were to wake up reversal after this OTG, then it's like safe. But so I'd be able to punish you. But then if you block, I have tether attached and I'm +3 in your face. So that situation became like so much better because of the vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think that was that obvious to like non-Baiken players. They were just like, okay, like that's like a new feature or whatever. But I think it was like one of the more slept-on changes, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely an improvement from before. I definitely know there were some situations where you get to tether, but like it wouldn't actually feel like it did much because the spacing, like you mentioned. So
Yeah, they could
it's
kind of just like FD you out like after your first like block string, and then it would be like, okay, this tether didn't mean much, but
yeah,
now it's like a lot more threatening, and you're able to actually like get the like start snowballing off of it.
yeah, of course. I guess we can talk about the change that I just was not expecting to actually do it. The dash. Okay, so
Mhm.
I thought this would always be a biking thing. I did not expect
Yeah.
them to actually buff the dash, which is kind of I don't know how to feel about it. It's definitely why.
It's really good.
It's definitely a why change. Okay? Why? Like
Oh yeah.
I don't understand it. Like I don't think her dash needed to be good. I don't know the exact numbers on it. So
Well,
it may not even be good, but it's, I guess an improvement, right?
yeah, it's an improvement, and it honestly like before the buff, right? Before the October patch,
Mhm.
she was the slowest non-big. She had the slowest non-big body dash in the game that doesn't include like base form ABBA, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she was like the slowest character in the game with a dash that wasn't Gold Lewis or ABBA, right?
Was
So
she? I thought it
so
was acceleration that was slow, but then once she got
yeah, no,
moving.
yeah, sorry, yeah, dash acceleration is what
Oh,
I
okay.
meant.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Okay.
like, honestly like came up a lot, like when it came to like her spacing game, which was really important, and you know stuff like that. But now it's like a lot better. I also don't know like the improved numbers exactly. I have them written down, but I don't know them exactly. But it's important that like this change, like basically her previous like struggle was like whiff punishing, right?
Yeah.
And now that she got like what do you call it, conversion ability like
Yeah.
buffs and speed buffs, she can actually just like punish the fuck out of everyone now with the far slash, you know,
9 frame
or
far
with the
slash
5H, you know.
with a
Yeah. So
9 frame far slash. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
yeah, so having the speed to like move like in and out and like be able to actually like whiff punish a lot more reliably is super good, and yeah, the dash change was really big as well.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that. I forgot who it was, but some Baiken player, maybe it was like Shine or something, was like, "Yo, having confirms, it feels broken. Like something like it feels like it doesn't feel
Hmm.
right."
Right.
Before, obviously, Baiken's. I mean, one of her issues that I know you've complained about a lot was that the dash, her far slash is supposed to be very strong, but combined with her
Mhm.
dash and the conversions, it didn't feel like strong at all.
Right. It
And
was just like it was like strong on its own, but like
with her
combined with
kit,
everything, like how
yeah,
weak the other aspects of her kit were, it couldn't really shine that well.
yeah,
But now it's like actually like really broken.
yeah, which is crazy because I mean I know like in matchups like for example like Happy Chaos where I've heard you
Uh-huh.
complain about not being able to take the space with the dash walk is bad, and then even when you get
Yeah.
the hit, a lot of times I'd hit you in neutral, I'd punish you, but I couldn't actually get reward off my hit, so it would reset to neutral a lot of the times, or I had the
Right.
RPS on this and that, which obviously now those problems are gone since they gave the far slash less knockback on hit, and then they
Yep.
gave the 5H a ground bounce.
Yeah.
So whether you're
And that's actually something I
standing,
was asking for too, like a ground bounce on 5H. Like I
oh
specifically like
yeah,
wanted that.
yeah, I remember you talking. I don't remember you asking for. I just remember seeing you saying like, "Yo, make the combos like actually
Oh
work."
yeah, I don't think I said it in the I don't think I said it in the video, but it was just like in general, like something I had always talked about like
Yeah,
elsewhere was like a 5H like comboing an H Kabari would be like pretty broken and good.
yeah. So
Um
now it doesn't matter whether you're crouching, whether you're standing, whether
right.
it's counter hit, whatever. It's just any
Yeah.
hit now. It just leads to Kabari will
Safe
always
jump,
be
yeah.
used in a combo into safe jump, which
Yeah,
is
it's a
crazy.
position.
What a change of events. How far this character has come.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little about I guess about the combos, how good it feels to actually have it now. I mean,
Good. There so Yeah, it really just restructures like how everyone has been playing Baiken, in my opinion, at least for
Yeah.
me, because I'm just like I'm actually using 5H a lot more now, and I'm actually like able to like snipe like people walking back with 2H now. Like the 2H change was like really huge, like because I can get this always combos now. Like
Yeah.
I've not had it not combo yet,
Yeah.
I don't think. And that was really big because it always like it's a huge like laggy move, right? So it's always a risk to like kind of throw out, but like having it like land is
Hmm.
just like feels like a lot more rewarding now since you're always getting that combo. I think her like biggest buffs, like the most impactful ones, like immediately were the H normal buffs, the 2H and the 5H.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I think were most important.
Talk to me a bit about her neutral now. So, if you had to give it a number from what you've played so far, and I know it's early, but I mean, I feel like her neutral has been changed from the conversions to the dash to the
Mhm.
reward to everything. To what
Yeah,
it leads
so
to, where to the damage. What do you see it as now? From obviously, I know before you rate it pretty low, but
yeah, I still think I don't think she's like a neutral monster, but it is obviously like improved so much. So you're just the threat of getting hit by like her big disjoints is just so much more now,
yeah,
and she's able to take up space like a lot more and just be more threatening. I still think like some of her like mid-range offense on block isn't like the
amazing.
greatest, but
Yeah,
that's fine, right? Like it doesn't need to be like anything broken at this point.
yeah,
I think she's still like really good at conditioning like options out of her opponent and like getting rewarded like really well off of hard reads and stuff like that. Yeah, she still is able to like play the turtley like neutral really well, like with stuff like this,
hmm
and like kind of play defensive, and then she's also like able to go on like the offense a little bit easier as well if she has to. I still think some neutrals that like would counter her or some or like I guess like would cause her to have like a losing matchup or something would just be like are still just characters who are able to like outrange her,
yeah,
like Ramlethal, Axel,
yeah,
HC. I've believe it or not, I haven't played new HC yet, but Clone was like the main reason I really hated that matchup.
yeah, yeah.
And now that that's changed, I could honestly like there might be a world where it's even, but I really just want to like play it first.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, anyways, I think Jacko still like has a really good neutral game where she also beats Baiken, so she still kind of loses to like zonery type neutrals, but
Yeah,
at the same time, like it, it it became a lot more doable in my opinion.
yeah, of course, of course. Um, yeah, no. But if you didn't know, Zato can do far slash and by hell. So,
Oh yeah, I'm proud of you for getting that finally.
yeah, Zato. If you guys didn't know, Zato can now combo far slash and by hell. So, no, but anyways, also with Baiken, so I know that they added Yozansen to have a
Oh
vacuum
yeah,
effect
I
on
forgot
the
about
later
that.
frames. I know this helped a
Uh-huh.
lot with the. I know off like some setups where you would kind of do like a left right or some sort of
Yeah,
tricky setup. The combo usually would bounce you pretty far to the point where you couldn't really get a good hit.
yeah, you would just get 2S, or maybe if you were really good at hit confirming, you could get a 5k 6H Kabari off of a back hit Yozanten.
Yeah,
But now you can get a shit ton of crazy stuff.
yeah,
You know,
which is
um, I can show it real quick. That's like our new optimal, which is like I don't even count how much damage that was. Whoops. 169. Okay, it was
yeah,
up there compared to 115.
yeah,
There's a lot of damage like that was like gained from that change. There's also some cool routings that were gained. I'm trying to think of a way to show it. Uh, fuck, this is like weird to show, but there's like routings where you can steal the corner off the like you cross them up kinda if you don't want to break the wall. But you would I don't know, it's weird to show, but like
yeah.
basically she's kind of able to like steal corner like with the back hit, and then like like since you're like vacuumed in, she can like just send you back mid screen with a full combo. It's really good.
Yeah. Um, do you think that this new Baiken fits your playstyle better, or
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was something. I think the changes were what most of the top level Vikings wanted. Like I think they
Mhm.
got pretty much what they wanted.
Yeah.
Um, like she still struggles in some areas, but I think like her main struggles are like more or less gone or like helped out a lot.
Yeah.
So I think I have not met a Baiken player that has disliked this version or has disliked this patch, and I especially like it because I think she's really strong.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely looking like a pretty good patch for her. I know a lot of her matchups got better. You know, I
Yeah,
know
I think
that.
some of them like might have flipped on their head entirely,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it can be remain it's like remains to be seen. I think because there's still a lot of playing to be done. It's super early.
yeah. I know she struggled in neutral versus like characters like Testament, and obviously Testament is pretty much the
Mhm.
same character, and Baiken got better. I know Oscar got a lot worse as a character. I know Happy
Yeah,
Chaos got a lot worse as a character. Um, I know that she struggled versus excluding Ram because she's Ram is not a character in this game.
yeah.
I know Nago. Maybe the neutral's a little easier to play.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. She can with the guard cancel parry, like she's able to interact with his offense in some pretty nice spots as well.
yeah.
I could definitely see that matchup like potentially like being even.
Do you think that maybe now Baiken can again? I know it's early, but can be considered like the best defensive character in the game now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
For sure.
That's,
Especially because I think there's like so much like left to like learn about like the guard cancel parry and how to apply it and
mhm.
stuff. You know, that's like all I've been labbing and stuff is like the guard cancel stuff and how like where you can use it. Because I just want to like learn everything about how you can
Yeah.
like where you can fit it into certain matchups and you know I think like the sky is the limit with that move really and it's gonna like raise her place on a tier list like exponentially.
Yeah. Do you think it's weird that Baiken got no nerfs? And what I mean by that is, it seems like every character, but like outside of how good or bad they may be, outside of
Right.
maybe Elf, like so these two characters on the screen are the only character. Like Zato got nerfed, like that. You know, like he received even with the buffs he got, he received some nerfs, which
Yeah.
is I don't know. I don't
The
know
funny
why.
thing about that is, in the patch notes here, let me read it what it says exactly. It says, so Kinju, that's her firework super. It
Yeah.
says, fix an issue causing the number of hits to increase under certain conditions. And that's referring to the clean hit bug, I'm pretty sure. Like, everyone's like 99% sure, like, that's the clean hit bug, right?
Mhm.
And basically what the clean hit bug was, I'm pretty sure I showed it last video. Um, what it does is like you're able to get more hits out of firework for it to do more damage, but it only works in the corner.
Yes.
So they were
Yes.
like, they put that in the notes. They were like, we removed it for good this time because it used to be mid screen as well. But then they were like, okay, it was a bug. We fixed it for real this time. But then like day one of labbing, we were like,
Sorry, tapped out.
oh, you're good. I don't know if you caught did you catch
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
combo?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was clean hit. So day one of labbing, we were like, okay, let's make sure it's really gone this time, and then it wasn't. So that was supposed to be her only nerf, and it just apparently just didn't happen.
Is it in the
So
recent notes that with like the RAM like bugs like in the Kai bugs?
yes, it is. They were like
Oh, okay.
they did acknowledge that it was still in the game, but
Mm.
honestly, the fact that they haven't gotten rid of it in like in two tries, I could see a world where it stays in the game, anyways.
Yeah,
But honestly, even if like they do remove it, I don't think it changes much
yeah,
because it's kind of balanced out by the fact that she's just getting so much more damage and consistency across the board.
of course.
So
Um,
like, yeah, the fact that she got no nerfs is pretty crazy.
I saw that on Twitter. I believe you were surprised that they did not touch anything else about her parry, like, and they did not nerf the normal version or anything like that.
Yeah,
Which is kind of crazy.
I think the main reason they did that is to like compensate for. Yeah, they even probably mentioned in the patch notes like the fact that you can throw it and you can't throw DPS anymore. They compensated it by like giving it a new use. So that's probably like they
Yeah,
probably like don't want to touch parry after like the most recent patch is what I'm thinking.
yeah, yeah.
So that's like what I'm thinking their vision was. Is their way to balance out like the being able to not throw DPS anymore was to give it a guard cancel.
Yeah,
But
of
I don't know.
course. Yeah.
That's just my theory on it.
Yeah, again, just a little. I definitely thought they would. I'm so used to now seeing the words "in exchange" in patch notes that I'm a little
Yeah.
surprised. But yeah, no, this patch overall, it seemed like with Baiken, they kind of made up like a lot of. outside of the Yozansen change, or no, actually including the Yozansen change, outside of the parry change and the vacuum effect on Kabari, it seems like they actually just made her combos more consistent, which is what they should have
Yeah.
done in the 3.5 patch where she got left out, because that's literally what that patch was.
Yeah.
Like they
I'm
made,
surprised they didn't.
they literally just went back, and I think they literally just went back and fixed that, because I mean, like, I know Axel got less pushback on his moves. I know Bedman can do like far slash 2H at more distances and combo
Right.
the Beyblade more consistent. Zato can do some more counter hit combos, whether you're standing or crouching.
Right.
You know, Johnny far slash 5H. Um,
Yeah, that was like the whole July patch.
yeah,
And then
that was
they just like
literally.
forgot about Baiken, but then they just gave her everything.
They
and
yeah,
weren't-
then they just gave her everything and then an apology on top of that, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, she's probably. Do you think she's the biggest winner so far? I know it's early, but do you think she's probably the biggest winner of the patch? Or
Well, I think Ram is, but
she's
like
not,
the biggest
she's not
winner.
a character in this game. She's not a character.
Oh, true. I think she went up the most.
Okay,
I think
okay,
she went up the most. If that answers your question.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
Her and Elfelt for sure. I think went up the most.
yeah. Alpha's crazy too. I will. Alpha is definitely some cringe right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, and I guess one of the last things I want to ask you. So you mentioned earlier how there's so much to lab, and you know there's so much to explore with this character, and her power level is higher, right?
Yeah.
Do you think now she? Do you think she feels so? Okay, I'll ask two things. So one, do you think her difficulty increased at all, or do you actually think she got easier to access it, like to play? And the second one is, do you think she's so new feeling that it's almost like learning a new character again?
Okay. I think like it's hard to say. Like I think the requirements you're gonna need to play this character like to the most optimal level is like has gotten a little bit harder, right?
Yeah.
You know, with the new guard cancel stuff and like with all the other changes as well, like being like she has so many more places to like be optimal and like you know, you have to be a little bit more like situationally like aware than you already were. So I think her difficulty level increased a little bit for sure. But like for me, I don't think it's like it's not hard enough to where I'm learning a new character now.
Yeah.
I still think she's like one of the easiest characters in the game to pick up for sure. But I just think that like playing her at the top level is gonna like at the most optimal like way is gonna be like an even bigger challenge, but it's gonna be like extremely rewarding.
Okay. Well,
That makes
that's-
sense.
Yeah, that's good. I'm excited to see. Maybe we'll actually see her some tournaments now. Maybe she won't be like Zato, where she's just eradicated and never seen in tournaments. So it would be cool to see her up there. Definitely
I
would.
think so.
I think it's early, but I can definitely see her in the category of maybe not the top tiers, but like that category of like has a high chance of winning.
Yeah, it's really hard to judge right now with like how
It's-
like
yeah, it's too early. Characters are still
Ramathon
bugged.
goalposts in the game.
Yeah. Characters are still bugged. It's too early. We'll have to see when we get our hands on the patch, because I think some of the power levels of the characters will actually get worse. Like, I know Kai is an infinite. I know, like, you know,
Yeah.
sadly there's no bugs with Gold Lewis except the minigun shit. Like, I thought maybe this BT cancel shit actually has to be a bug. Like, there's no way they
Yeah.
actually thought about this. But
It's crazy.
but yeah, no, I believe that's everything. I mean, the patch was relatively short, but I'm kind of glad we got to talk about the changes. The changes are, I mean, like you said, she definitely went up the most on the tier list out of
I
any
think so, for
character.
sure.
I mean, the changes are. There's not even a lot of like changes, but they're all just. It reminds me a bit of Johnny, where there's not really a lot of changes. Like when he got buffed in
Yeah.
3.5, not a lot of
She
changes,
was-
but like.
Yeah, she was really easy to fix to begin with, and they finally did what they needed to do on top of
Yeah.
just adding a shit ton of other stuff.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to balance her. I think it's harder to balance like the more difficult characters, like I mean,
Mhm.
Asuka, Happy Chaos, Zato, etc. Right? Because I guess there's
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
much, but the simpler characters, you kind of can just look at their kit and be like, okay, like it's obvious to see what the glaring issues are. So,
Exactly.
I hope to see again Baiken. I like watching. I don't mind watching Baiken.
Yeah. She's cool.
she's cool. But yeah, no, I'm interested to see what you and the other biking players cook up. I'll put Winty's socials on the screen. I'll put her
Appreciate
Twitch,
that.
her Discord, and her Twitter. Sorry, I always
Thank
do
you.
this. Yeah, put them. Go check
You're
her
good.
out. I know sometimes she streams her runs,
Hmm.
or just streams some casual gaming. And then obviously, if you want to get in contact with her, maybe talk to her about biking or
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
general opinions, just go talk to her. I know that she's very approachable. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and until next time.